Alright, we should be live. So it's Midweek Magic, and this week's event is an Aetherdrift bot draft, Phantom. So you don't get to keep the cards, and you're drafting against bots, then playing against real people. And we're gonna just hit start and see what we open. And, well, we have a Thopter Fabricator. Good old Migrating Ketradon. There is a part of me that feels like Migrating Ketradon is actually superior to Thopter Fabricator in this format. Like, I would much rather be green most of the time at the start than go into blue. Like, don't get me wrong, Fabricator is really strong. A 4-power flyer attacking on turn 4 that can also churn out additional flyers is pretty strong, but a lot of the time I feel like Ketradon just is the brick wall that stops almost everything. So I'm actually super inclined to take it. Don't get me wrong, there are builds where I will be sad that we didn't get the Thopter Fabricator. Like if I start seeing Pact All Terrors and Haunt the Network, I'm going to be really sad I took the Ketradon if I take it here. But if I don't see specifically those cards, I think I'm okay to take Ketradon. So I think that's what we're going to do. Alright, we took a Ketradon. There's no Haunt the Network or Pact All Terror, so there is a spectacular pile-up. If I was going to take a white card in this format, that's the type of white card I want to see. This is a great catch-up card. It also comes down a turn earlier than the Migrating Ketradon, and if you're winning, you can cycle it away to try and find something to finish the game off. We could just take Fang Druid Summoner, though. Like, this card is pretty decent. In the green decks, there's also Runover, which is a fine piece of interaction. White-green is usually well, white is the worst color overall, but that doesn't mean that good white cards are somehow made bad by it being the worst color. It just means you need to get the good white cards for it to be worth it. So think I can take a pile up here and be fine. Alright. What do I want from this pack? Kind of nothing. Like, these two are really good in red-blue cycling. Locust Spray, Spot Cycle Scouter. Like, none of these cards are great. I think the best card might legitimately be either the Engine Rat or possibly the Path Cruiser. Like, you're never going to exhaust this in, like, 99.9% of limited decks, but it is not a terrible creature, especially if you're in big green, and you can rumble in with a 6/5 that they have to deal with first before you start attacking with your other large creatures, and it helps make sure you hit your land drops. As a second Haunted Hellride. Ooze Patrol, I prefer in green-black, which we've had to take the rat to really move into that. I can take Collision Course, I can take Broadcast Rambler, and they both be fine, and they both go well with the pile-up. Or I can just stay in the, like, good color and take a decent green 2-drop. Keep looking for better green cards. Alright, now, do I want something that's pretty brutal in a white-green deck? Like, a way to give double strike to my giant green creatures? Decent aggro white creature, decent aggro green creature that can also play defense. I think I would actually take Lagak over Leonin Surveyor practically all of the time. So the question is, would I rather have Pride of the Road? I can see doing that. There is the option to just grab something like Adrenaline Jockey, who is a decent red 3-drop that puts a lot of pressure on the opponents. Because there are some... Well, there's a playable red card and, like, a D-level red card in this pack also. I'm just going to take the Pride, though. I think that's fine. And immediately see... I mean, Boom Scholar's not terrible. And certainly would play well in a red-green deck. There's an Aether Siphon, which is a card I do kind of like. Anywhere near blue. And white cards. No green cards, though, except for the Scholar. Don't really want any of these. These are not white cards that I'm huge on unless I actually have the white-green Ligorian, the 2-drop. Like, if I have Ligorian, I definitely want Brightfield Glider, because the Glider can saddle Ligorian and then get an extra counter from it when it attacks, so... If I were in that, like, if I had the good white-green cards, but since I don't, I'm a little inclined, because I was already looking at a red card last pack, to take the Boom Scholar here. See if red keeps flowing, and the answer is no, not really, but green is still missing in action, so... yeah, I don't really want Pedal to the Metal. Lotus Guard... yeah, Lotus Guard Disciple, Quick Welder. Quick Welder is not good in white-green, even if we wanted a white card here, so it would have to be the Disciple at that point, and that one's medium at best. Oh well, at least Wreck Remover is good against green-black, which is one of the better color combinations in the format. Alright, we've got Collision Course. This is not the wheel, so there's potentially another Collision Course coming around. Ares kind of whatever. Surveyor's kind of whatever. Alright, take a medium removal spell. There's the second Collision Course on the wheel. Still no green cards. So maybe this is a Gilded Goda. Help fix. Alright, maybe there just weren't good green cards open to begin with. I only have right now the Goda and the Path Cruiser for vehicles and mounts. I am just not a fan of a Lacrian Jaguar. I might take it just to cut off green. Maybe the bots will respect that. I don't think the bots will respect that. They're bots. They don't know any better. I don't think I need 2 Wreck Removers either. The first one's okay. The second one's kind of a bit much. Alright, we open 2 Gear Hulks, and for good measure, a Debris Beetle. Alright, I have Gilded Goda and I have Boom Scholar. I think... like, Glory Heath Lynx is fine. It's a fine pickup, but... I think I'm going with the Vigilance Menace dude. And trying to get more green-red cards here. Because red did look open in pack 1. Yep, could have had 2 Lynxes. Or Lynx and a Voyager Glide car. I'm gonna take the Greenbelt Guardian. Try and wheel the red-green land in that pack. This is the 2-1 Haste Shrug. It can get a little bit bigger later on. Alright. And get down there, Collision Courses. Side of the road. And the actual good green card. Or, I'm sorry, good white card. Yeah, I think I'll take the Gibbering for the End Rider. Alright, give me a hazard. Big trampling body, because this doesn't give trample, right? It's just vigilance and menace. So yeah, I kind of need to give trample the old-fashioned way by either having it or using a different card. Bow Catcher over Dynamite Diver, I guess. Ooh. Mellowheart Bike. think I take the Gunner, though. Gunner is so good. Have a couple of exhaust creatures. I could be taking these bikes and be able to fix for white, potentially. Take a Bestow Greatness. Like I said, just giving Trample the old-fashioned way. I think I need an Aether Jacket, but I would have, like, 2 Wreck Removers already, though. Let's just keep cutting off the green cards. Has 3 collision courses. Howler. Pace Setter Paragon. Broken Wings. There's a Molt Tender. Yeah, I think I want the Mana Dork over the Pace Setter. Another Boom Scholar. Yeah, I think I take the Boom Scholar here over the Pothole since I'm not in black. Like, you can still take Pothole Mole and it wouldn't be terrible. Ooh, and now another Greenbelt Guardian. Try and wheel these Adrenaline Jockeys. Yeah. Hazard. Take Broken Wings. I definitely don't need another Prowcatcher Specialist. Don't think I need the Goblin. Want the Vehicle? It's a lot weaker in red-green than it is in red-blue, but we can take the Veloheart now. Ramp us to our Pyrewood. Yeah, Goblin might even be better just because it naturally has Trample. The extra toughness is not super relevant here. In fact, if I have to choose between the two to fill out the deck, I think I'm keeping the Trampler over the Loxodon. But we'll see. I have a Broken Wings, and that's it. I don't even have, like, Red's removal. So, combat... Oh, I have, well, for combat tricks, I have Bestow Greatness also. So... This matters... Nope. And yet another Wreck Remover. Okay. I have 41 cards. I take out, and do I want the Vehicle in instead? Stolen Creature. Alright, leaning forward. There we go. Because I apparently can't see what I'm doing. Alright, well, the one card definitely has to come from the spell pile. And while I don't have a particularly high opinion of the... I was going to say, I could cut the Gibbering, but I think the Gibbering's better than the Loxodon until you're at max speed, and even then, getting this down a full turn sooner. But I'd rather have the Vehicle over one of the other 2-drop creatures, though. So I can cycle it away anyway. I did only get the one Adrenaline Jockey. We did not wheel either of the other 2. I also have a Boom Scholar, which makes it 2 mana to get its counters, which is so much more efficient. Alright, do I want it over, like, a Wreck Remover? Wreck Remover is really only good against Black-Green, which is one of the better decks in the format, if not the best deck in the format, so... It's not nothing, but... Alright, let's give it a shot. Got a little bit of synergy. We've got, like, one actual bomb. We do have two of the green belt guys, so giving trample for the Gear Hulk is not impossible. It just means we need, like, 7 mana before we cast it. Yeah, let's run out the haste guy while the coast is clear. Ooh, they got the counterspell. This is going to be really good if they counter the Molt Tender here, I think, over Greenbelt. Greenbelt puts a lot of pressure on them, and if they counter the Greenbelt, that's fine. It's still letting me ramp towards one of these two, because now I don't have to mill a card. Yep, that is what they had. Either way, I wanted them to use it on my 2-drop instead of one of my 6s down the line, so... But it certainly felt like they had it with the pause on my one guy. Ah, perfect. Now I get to attack them for 2. And then run out of 5-drop. See if they have another counterspell. That's a lot of spectral interference going on. Again, still fine. I draw a land next turn and I get a Ketradon. If I don't draw a land, I get to mill a card and exhaust this thing, so... Okay. Yep, I'm down. Here's hoping the opponent just doesn't have infinite removal over there. And that's why they didn't mind spending it on a 2-1 that was going to attack them for 4. If I flood my Ketradon's engines too, it's going to be a little bit awkward. Then I have to take a turn off to mill a card to cast my other thing. Okay. Oh, let's get in there. They are not chumping here. Really? Okay. Five mana, gain 6 life? At sorcery speed? That's a Sky Sovereign. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna kill my Molt Tender because there's nothing else to kill. I don't get any value out of cards in graveyard, so... Alright, let's put them mostly dead on board then, I guess. Like, they have to deal with both creatures this turn. One of them has Menace. Sure. And the other one, I can give Trample to if they have a blocker, so, yeah. Okay. I mean, that is Sky Sovereign. That is one of the most powerful cards in the format. All by its lonesome, way behind on board, not so much. Yeah, opponent just spent too many of their good removal spells, because they didn't have anything, so they didn't have any early plays to soak the damage, so they started getting worried. And so they spent their, like, premium removal spell on what was essentially a 2-1. Like, I hadn't even invested the mana in it to make it better. Alright, well, I'm going first again. No Molt Tender this time, or early on, but... maybe we'll draw it again. Who knows? Alright, Scrap Compactor to hurt my 2-2. Although, since we don't have anything, there's a high chance that I wind up using Silken Strength. Because they're going to want to kill this guy before I get to 4 mana, otherwise they have to wait till they get to 6, so... If they just tap out here and try and kill my 2/2, that's going to be amazing. Alright, they're going to try and wait and get me. Now we can run out the Goda. And now they're going to try and kill it. Save it. Now the Rampager by itself is just a huge threat. Yeah, we'll lose the Forest. I've got enough board presence, and I can make treasure. Also, I can draw a 4-mana 4/4. So, you know. Alright, I think this is going to be another quick one at this rate. One has not played a single creature, and I have basically curved out. 2-drop into 2-drop, hold up protection into 4-mana 4/4. Like, it's not a great curve. I kind of skipped a whole bunch of steps in there, including 1, 3, and 5, technically, but I think everything's going great. Let's see what they want to do first. I'm forgetting right. Okay, that is crew 2. I was like, I swear to God, if that's a crew 3, and I missed attacking with the 4/4, I'm going to feel really silly here. Alright. Oh, seems fine. Night market on white. Okay. It's kind of funny that it's not showing the frame then. So it wore white land. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's not quite good enough to attack with the 4/4 yet, I don't think. If I were trading for both of their creatures, I would absolutely attack with the 4/4 here, but since I'm not, next turn I can attack with it depending on what they play out, because they won't be able to double block it. They definitely will not be able to double block it. Alright, so Gilded Goda crewing the 4/2 makes 3 lethal threats. I have 1 blocker, and I can give trample. They still cannot put enough things on the 6/7. So.
I'm bearing the speckles. How are you doing?
I'm winning.
Huh. Must be a nice change.
Yeah, it is.
What's your thing trample?
Yeah, I have the thing that can grant trample.
Oh, okay.
Alright, just for good measure, actually we'll tap all of the red for this, so I can give trample to 2 things. Or more, if I needed to. Alright, so there's that. So that way if they cast a spell here, they are also dead with their 1 mana that they have available somehow. Look, all I'm saying is I want to make absolutely sure they die.
I don't see how they live here if you can just throw around trample for free. Well, not free, but basically for free. But this certainly isn't it. Don't even need to do it.
Yeah, but I can and I want to. Hey. Yay, a Sentinel of Lost Lore. I am kind of surprised I don't have a full set of Eldraine rares. I mean, Eldraine was the set where I just kept drafting Root Rider Fawns forever and ever.
Very confused. You know how he ended up on your shoulder?
Nope, not sure. Alright. Well, let's see if we can draw one of my 2 drops in the next 2 draw steps. We just have to wait until turn 3. Ah, well, there goes my Boom Scholar, probably, unless they're scared of my higher casting cost threats, but...
I mean, they are very scary, but they don't come out as fast.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So unless their hand is incredibly slow... If their hand is super slow, yeah, they might want to take one of the other one. They took Hazard of the Dunes. Okay.
Yeah, the 4-drop that eventually eats up your 7-drop.
Oh, I did not draw any 2s, and I don't want to cycle my Ketradon. You hear that, Arena? I do not want to cycle my Ketradon. Arena seems to think I like to cycle my Ketradons when I don't want to.
Doesn't everybody want to cycle their Ketradons?
No. If you're cycling your Ketradon, you're either reanimating it or things have gone horribly wrong. Sometimes both, and you're trying to fix it so that you can reanimate it. I mean, I appreciate an opponent that just wants to spend every turn dealing themselves 2 damage and drawing extra cards.
They're dealing you 2 damage. It's awful. I mean, it actually is awful if they can get control of this, because, you know, they use 4 extra cards to set all this up.
Also, I missed a speed there. That's okay. Like, they were topped out. I just straight up missed a speed there. I'm playing way too loose now. Too many opponents have been way too far behind at too many junctures here. Yeah, if I decide I need the land, the Path Cruiser will get it, and if I draw another land, that's amazing for me.
Anyway, Hazard of the Dunes.
Yep. Ah, it's a Venom Sack. Is it gonna run over my anything? Probably my 4/5. I assume so. Thunderhead Gunner is definitely a superior creature here. I think I need this Goda anymore then. Alright.
If you attack with the 4/5, it just runs straight into the 2/1.
Yep.
Anything else runs into a 4/4.
Yep, it sure does.
Wait, are they double blocking? Okay.
Maybe they have a trick here to save their guy. But then they're killing my 3-3 instead of my 4-5, so... Yep, okay. That's fine. I'm to use that. Kill my other guy instead of my Thunderhead.
Fortunately, it's a 5-5 now.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, we're still a little ways off of that. Oh good, more Death Touch. They do get there if all of my guys have to keep running into their Death Touch creatures first, though. And have to be big enough to run into their 5-5 to get killed by their Death Touchers. So, that's going to be awkward. Ooh, yeah, you should totally saddle Venom Sac with your creature. Yeah, okay. I packed all terror.
It's pretty scary, but...
Generally, though, not in black green.
Yeah.
And... yeah, I'm not trading my 4-5 for it yet. Alright, well... summon the mighty 6-5. Just hold on my cards, because my cards are good.
6.
Or yeah, sorry, this is the 6-5.
Saddle the Legak again.
Okay. As long as they're not, like, punching my better creatures. Okay.
That is not
Suspicious at all. No. No, it is not.
Oh, they do have exactly enough for Bestow Greatness.
Oh, yeah. I have exactly... well, I don't have the mana for it, but I have Bestow Greatness. I'm expecting it to be one of the other things, though. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... If it's Bestow Greatness, it's a 9/9?
Yeah.
Alright. Sounds legit to me.
I mean, if it's Maximum Overdrive, then you're losing 2 guys here, but...
Yeah, if it's a second Maximum Overdrive, then I got by the player playing 2 Maximum Overdrives.
That's true. If they also if they had a fight card...
Fight card would have been bad, too, yep.
Wait, they didn't? Oh, right, they couldn't kill your 6/6 because it was too small.
Yep.
On his own.
So if I have just thrown the 6/6 in front of it, did I just eat their guy for free?
No, I'm pretty sure they just didn't want to play something because they didn't have enough.
Enough left over, yeah.
Like, I don't think I 2-for-1 myself to get rid of a 6/6 when the 4/5 is good enough, and you don't really have to worry too much when you have a Death Toucher sitting there to block. Yes, he is an artifact.
Mm-hmm. So now, question. Would you like to trade your Death Toucher for my Trampler? The answer is apparently no. No, they would not.
They decline your request.
Okay. That's neat. There's Path Cruiser, then. I'd like to filter another land out of my deck, please.
Play it?
Yeah, might as well. They know I have it. The dunes continue to be hazardous.
Oh, that is pretty big.
Gonna saddle up that Venom.
Out with the 4/4. I'll be able to block.
Hmm.
Block here with the 6/5, or do you hope that you can draw something to crew it?
I'm hoping that I draw something to crew it because I need 2 more power, and then I get to crew it and attack with both 6-power creatures, and then depending on how they block.
Oh, that is a hell of an extra 2 power to put on the board.
Yep. Unfortunately, I'm not holding up 6 mana to activate him yet. But that's okay.
4 blocks.
Sure. He's an 8/8. You got it.
Also, it really was bestow greatness this whole time.
Alright, so I can have them take 9 and go to 2, or I can just save my guy and kill their worm and they lose their Death Toucher.
Yeah, I think that one's a better option.
I think so too.
Greatness has been bestowed.
Greatness all around.
Now they have a 2-1 and a 2-3, and whatever they drew.
Oh, their 2/3 is actually a 5/6 if they want it to be.
Oh, is he
Right
the
now.
shade?
Yeah. Well, now he can be a 4/5 if they want him to be.
Okay.
Alright. Give me a bunch of damage.
You don't actually have to do anything right now.
I suppose I don't. Alright.
But now their guy is
A 6/7 potentially. Yep.
a problem. Their guy is a problem. Although you can throw the 6/5 and the 1/1 in front of him if it was really that big a deal.
Yeah. Although then they get to draw a card off of his corpse.
Also, if they just swing out, you can block 2 of their other creatures, and I think you'll live at 1. Like you can block the 4/3 and the 3/3. I don't think anyone gains trample there.
So 6/7.
Book the 6. What can you back to them and like just eat the 3?
If I just eat the 3/3, they get to draw a card. So I can't not block it.
Always just go and then block with the 6/5 and the 1/1 on the throwing guy, make them spend all their mana.
Yeah, might be the best thing here.
I mean, if you told me you had any reasonable chance of getting that 6/5, 2 extra counters, and to be permanently crewed, then maybe. But right now, eating their entire turn, and possibly their biggest threat.
There. 5. 6. Alright, and Gear Hulk. Nope, Adrenaline Jockey.
Nobody is allowed to cast spells on anybody else's turn with these life totals.
Of course we are. What's 6? They're at 9. Yep, that's a big old elephant. Also, I don't have a good block on Venom because I'm off by 1 mana again. Yep. Send the elephant too? No? Okay. Alright. Still just trying to draw my big scary thing. I think. And that's yet another land, so that should kill me. I think.
Probably does, but...
To control, gain trample until end of turn, put 2 1/1 counters.
What's a jockey do?
He gets another 1/1 counter, and that's it. He's a 4/4. So all they have to do is block everything, and I don't deal enough damage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can let it go to their turn. Because they also still have to actually attack you.
Yeah, alright. I'm assuming they're going to, though, and that I'm just
Probably
going to die.
I don't see a reason for them not to attack you here when it looks like they're winning and you didn't do anything to stop that.
Oh, good. More venom.
Oh, you know, use one through the other one, give them an extra attacker. Oh, you're right, opponent. I am not the boss of you. Who's one of your other big scary creatures to hop on back?
They might be thinking about saddling him, yeah.
What does he do when you saddle?
Makes
more?
another 3/3. Yep. I have the 1/3/3 left behind. I have to block 2 of them. So... Technically I could kill all 3, but I don't know how I win if I do that. Although I don't think I have enough...
You kill all 3?
He would jump up to a 4/4
Oh,
if I
right.
outlast him. So,
That might not be a good idea, but I did not realize that was actually an option to kill the Lagak.
yeah, I don't think it's the correct option, though. I think what I'm supposed to do is block like this, take the 2, and keep him alive and try and hit Gear Hulk. Because the Gear Hulk just kills them here. That ain't it. And yeah, they're just super wide around me. Okay. Yeah, Gear Hulk I think was my only out. If I had have actually hit that thing, then they wouldn't have been able to block anywhere near enough damage to survive. Because it gives everything menace and +2/+2. So.
It also have haste.
It doesn't have haste, but with the... If I didn't have to use the Scholar before, then I could have... Oh no, I can't give Trample, that's too much mana. Okay, maybe they could have lived because of the 4/3 coming back, but... It was still the only out I had, so... I think. Oh, there's the Gear Hulk. He just showed up an entire game too late.
Burning Tree, he has big problems. But since you also seem to be on fire and very flammable, it's here to try and console you.
Hey, seems good.
Mill a card so that way you can hit your 4-drop.
Yep. I can mill a card and hit my 6-drop.
Assuming you draw at least 1 land somewhere in there.
Yep.
Oh, there's a land.
I do not mind trading my 2/1 for their 3/1 if they want to.
For some reason it looks like they didn't want to.
Okay. No speckles. Don't know what trouble he's getting into, but my brother just left to go and stop him. Oh, hey, their guy's a 4-2 now. That's neat. Good vigilance. Hey, I drew that land that we were talking about before. Alright. I drew that land we were discussing before.
That's good. Apparently you need to start casting more stuff.
That just exiles him, so I can't really do anything about that. Yep. Okay.
Does the Canyon Bolter have?
Oh, it's got the enchantment that can be played from
okay.
the graveyard at max speed. And now they got the potential double striker, so I'm suddenly more inclined to trade 2 for 2 against their 2/5 here, rather than let them get to max speed and start giving things double strike. Plus it puts cards in my graveyard, so now I don't have to mill myself.
Hooray!
No, right? We can just have a Ketradon, for example.
Oh, that is really big and kind of in their way. More life.
Yep. Does all the things. Oh, hey, they have a 7-2.
Yes, they do.
Man, it'd be a real shame.
If something happened to it.
My guy were suddenly an 8-8 with Menace and Vigilance. They had to trade both of their creatures for my Ketradon here. Had no board state against a 7-7 Vigilance Menace.
And now they exile it with the last card in their hand and get pinged to death by a 1/1. No? Didn't even have that?
Nope. I was asking an awful lot out of them. They already had Ride's End for my 4/4.
Right, they just needed another one because that guy was vigilant and ever tapping.
Alright, so that was Midweek Magic. So we're just coming up, we're a little shy of an hour, but I think that's fine. We got to show off the deck and do all the cool stuff, and yeah, Ketradon. Definitely worth the first pick. That's going to do it for me for right now, so thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. So right over to Octo. Streaming right now. You want to stick around for Fear and Hunger, and if you don't, I don't blame you, because that's kind of a messed up game. But it's in the safe mode, so...
Yes, the safe mode.
So it's only kind of awful instead of...
It's only got the 18+ rating, not the AO rating.
Uh-huh.
Or whatever the other country's equivalent thereof are.
Alright, so yeah, that's going to do it for me for right now, so thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.